Hello everyone, I'm Teacher Sunny. Today I'm going to talk to you about a profit and loss problem. This problem is related to profit, so let's take a look. Both books are sold for 135 yuan each. One book was sold at a 25% profit and the other at a 25% loss, selling one of each. So in the end, is there more profit or more loss? Alright, first we need to understand a simple concept, a basic point of knowledge. First, the selling price equals the total cost plus the profit. And the part that's cost plus profit then ultimately forms the final selling price. So we know that the cost is indeed fixed. The cost is fixed. So then, we can just treat it as unit 1, simply just unit 1. Oh, so then let's really take the cost as our very base unit indeed. Right, why is that? Because the cost is still a constant. Since it's fixed, we can use it as unit 1. Alright, first, one book actually made quite a 25% profit, So, okay, then you see. Yeah, there are two books, right? One is sold. One made a profit and one made a loss. So then? So, for one of them, precisely how much did it actually make? Its profit margin is 25%. So when we consider 25%, if we express this value as a fraction, it precisely translates to 1/4. This means that 25% is equivalent to 1 part out of 4 equal parts. And what precisely does 1/4 truly mean? In simple terms, it means that, to clarify, profit. To clarify, in essence, based on the underlying cost structure, in the specific instance where the fundamental unit is precisely 1, it generated a singular portion of profit, and the total cost effectively constitutes 4 distinct portions. Consequently, we are able to articulate this relationship as follows. One part is profit. The cost is for 4 parts. You can understand that, right? In other words, this selling price is equal to the total cost. So exactly how much is the total cost? The cost is essentially the cost plus the profit. So the cost is represented by 4 distinct triangles, and then you simply add 1 additional triangle for the profit. And this one is just the cost plus the profit. So what's the selling price? It becomes 135 yuan. That's easy to calculate. That is to say, one triangle is equal to 135 yuan divided by 5. 7 math 35 3. 27 yuan. A triangle is equal to 27 yuan. What does the triangle actually represent? It really represents its profit, that is to say. How much money did he actually manage to make from this incredibly profitable venture? Exactly. He made 27 yuan. Okay, so what about the second one? It was indeed a loss. He sold it, and the second one was sold at a 25% loss, which means its selling price is actually equal to the cost minus this loss, the loss. It's the same principle. The cost is fixed and unchanged. So the total amount of the loss incurred is also exactly 25%. That is 1/4, right? It's the same principle, also 1/4. So how exactly can we express this? It accounts for one part of the cost, so if one part of the cost is lost, then there are 4 parts in total. The cost is 4 parts. Alright, so with this, we can figure out its selling price. It's also sold for 135 yuan, but the cost is 4 parts. Okay, and then, well, simply subtract one part, which is the loss portion. Then it effectively becomes 3 distinct parts. These 3 individual parts are collectively equal to the total selling price, which is precisely 135 yuan. So one significant part is 135 yuan, which is then divided by 3, meaning it's split evenly into 3 equal parts. Therefore, one individual part is exactly 45 yuan. This is the loss. This is the loss. So we can clearly see from this, therefore, the overall loss is indeed greater than the profit. So overall, is it a profit or a loss? Of course it's a loss. Overall, it's still a loss because the amount lost is greater than the profit made. So how much was lost in total? Altogether, it's a loss of 45 minus 27, which precisely means that the overall total financial loss is 18 yuan. So that's the answer. Did you get it? If you did, give Teacher Sunny a like and a follow and share this with more friends so everyone can learn together.